Good evening, folks. How we doing tonight? It is Friday, the 8th of January, 2021. We are back. I'm just waiting for Mr. Mohler to get here, and we will begin the festivities for the evening. I don't know if any of you were on earlier. We we did a pregame over in Honest Trav's dive bar. Nadine, welcome. We did a short pregame over in Honest Trav's dive bar. So if you're not subscribed to his page, definitely jump on there and subscribe. You know, they've got 100K in the way of in the way of fans and what forth, and they do a lot of good work, especially a lot of community stuff and whatnot. So I definitely encourage you to go on there. All right, Bowler is going to be tardy, so give me a few minutes here. He is currently indisposed. Yeah, my fur fell off. Fell off the other day. Lisa, is your cam working? Hope he gets it over being late. What's going on, Derek? Yeah, and just to publicly exploit him because that's the kind of friend I am. His note reads as follow: I'm on the shitter. I will be there in a couple of minutes. Oh, he's gonna kill me for that one. Here's what we got going on tonight. It works when it wants. Oh, Lisa, you know about the antibiotic. Here, I'm gonna bring you on the I'll bring you online over here in the messenger room. Oh, whoops. Wrong one. Let's try this again. Okay. 3, 4. Okay, Lisa's not picking up. Let's see. Who wants to come on camera with me for a couple of minutes to fill in some time? Who to choose? No excuse. This is 2021. We can't get anywhere straight. Let's see. Hang on. Lisa's phone is indisposed, and Derek's also in the shitter. Guys, what are you doing? You're killing me. Let's see if Nadine will come on with me for a few minutes. Well, okay, let me call you. Okay. All right, yes, call me. If you're gonna. Every time I dial, I get messages. Here's what's on tap for tonight. Um, Behind me, I've got the. It's not letting me join. You know what? Don't worry about it, Nadine. You have to have a video in order to join. Um, ooh, that. All right. Let's see. Oh, you know what? So here's what we got on tap for tonight while everything is like trying to work here. I'll eventually get around to this. If you see behind me, we've got Jeopardy on. Alex Trebek's final show is tonight. I guess my understanding is he gives a really, gives kind of like a fitting sign off at the end. So we'll get into that. Lisa, I'll just call you. Just call me on my messenger. That's fine. That'll work better anyway. We're gonna do pigskin pig roast. We've got 7 games this weekend that we're gonna talk about. We'll do that in the first hour as well too. Tonight in the main event, we're going to roast 2020 in the only way we know how. We're gonna shoot it. We are going to kill it. And we're gonna beat it like the bitch that it is. So we've got all that coming up at some point tonight. And, all right, on the line over here, which is my personal room, is Miss Spivak. What's going on? Please help me fill the dead air. I can't hear you. No audio. Oh, nope. If you drop a loud fart, it might come through.
You're not funny.
Ah, there you go. There you go.
You know why? Because I plugged my external speaker in.
Because you what?
I plugged my external speaker in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Waiting for Mohler to get in here.
Yeah, I know. He could have timed this much better, you know.
Mohler says no audio.
For who?
Can anyone else hear me?
Yeah, I got delay in the audio.
I got snot hanging out my nose. Derek, Nadine, can you hear me? Anyone?
Up there.
Okay, Derek's got me loud and clear.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, it was delayed earlier.
We're going
Yeah.
through the actual Facebook Messenger, most likely. So.
Yeah, Facebook, you know what? Facebook has been kind of wonky, okay. Mohler, get in here. Facebook's been kind of wonky today. Nadine says I'm cutting in and out. That's nothing new.
Yeah, I saw that.
Nadine, I just write off. Yeah, it's like, yeah, whatever.
Okay, give me a sec here. Let me see if I can't. If I go to. If I go to the page.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe possibly create my own room.
No.
That work?
No, because you have to join.
You tried this before? Okay.
Yeah, I was thinking about doing some Zoom meetings in the future. Hey, I'm in.
Yeah, why the hell not?
We did we did Zoom in for the family thing this year, and I'll talk about that in a moment. I gotta try and get Mohler in here. Add.
Taking advantage of the fact that I still have.
Oh, Christmas tree. Oh, Christmas tree. Look at this ugly son of a bitch that finally showed up. So
I've been trying to come in.
So I've got questions.
We knocked you out.
Oh, you got questions. And I got a headache too.
I've got questions.
And I got a headache too.
First of all, was it a
headache? Take some Tylenol.
I'm just fucking with him.
So, was it a floater or a sinker?
Oh, stop it.
Hey, it was juicy.
Oh, yuck.
That happened to me
Well,
earlier.
hey,
Yeah.
when it has to come out, it has to come out. It don't matter how it comes out. Juicy, you know, 8 inches long or whatever, it has to come out.
Oh my fucking god!
Hey, the snakes are supposedly better.
Oh, Lisa says the snakes are better. Derek, what's
But but but
healthy digestive system.
but I did have a lovely shit though. Thank you for asking.
Lisa, your snakes have clogged my toilet more than once, I think.
Twice.
Yeah, okay.
That I can recall.
Derek wants to know if did you wash your hands?
Absolutely.
Did you use sanitizer?
I use hand sanitizer. I use hand soap. I use whatever I can grab by. You know, maybe shaving cream. I don't know.
Lisa's making fun of me because the fur fell off of my face over the last couple of days.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to lose the fur on mine too.
Yeah, and does that have to do with the thing you're going to talk about in a little bit?
Absolutely.
All right. So Mohler's got a surprise tonight. We'll get to that shortly. But first, the pigskin or the extra point. There were three videos to watch. We'll get with the first one because you and I talked about this in a separate. I don't think you were on that one. Yeah, I have them posted in the room. The third one I don't have posted.
Okay.
If you go on the
challenge here with what I've got set up.
so for those of you not named Lisa Spivak and actually know how to use a computer, what you want to do is you go to the Mike's Cheers for Beers page, and at the top, I believe there's item tags that you put up there, right?
Yes.
If you click on the end zone with Endy and Mohler, it'll take you to all the tags related to it. And I believe I put the first one in there, which was the death metal remake of the song Blue. You know, I'm blue, da ba dee ba ba da. A death metal band remade it, and it's not easy being senile either.
Just because I just hit another decade doesn't mean I'm senile. Forgetful, yes, senile now.
We'll get to that momentarily too. So.
Oh, yeah. Where did you say that was?
Oh my God, we're never going to get through the show. This is why I put you in the second hour. So go on to the Mike's Cheers for Beers page.
The stalker.
Are you on there?
The stalker.
Oh yeah, yes, this is the stalker.
The resident stalker.
The resident stalker. The third wheel.
In some cases, the broken one. Anyway.
So if you scroll down, you should see some item tags.
Item tags.
You'll see like little buttons. It'll say like the end zone with Endy and Mohler, driving with Mike, feeding with Mike, you know. Mike's blowjobs on camera. You know, you click on the one that says end zone with Endy and Mohler.
Hold on, I'm looking for it. There it is.
No one's allowed on my porn sites.
Go away.
No one's allowed on my porn sites.
Okay, so you found it?
End zone with Endy and Mohler. Go ahead.
Now, if you scroll down, you should see a video that's a death metal remake of the song Blue.
Yeah, the only thing I see is...
I don't think I saw that one. I gotta look at this one.
All right, we'll play with that later on.
Never mind. You guys go ahead and do what you gotta do. I'll deal with myself.
All right, so Lisa's going to pleasure herself over there.
I can deal with myself. Okay?
Oh shit.
That's the same thing.
So did you take a look at that?
Which one you sent me 3 of them. The one that you're talking about now, I don't remember that one.
All right.
Did I miss something? I remember the one that you sent me today, and then I remember the turkey one you sent me, but I don't remember the one you're talking about now.
Yeah, I sent that like 2 weeks ago.
Oh my God, I'm so out, I'm so out of the loop again.
Well, while we watch Lisa, that's some 70s porn music right there.
Oh shit.
I wouldn't know.
The other one I sent you, Nadine sent it to me earlier today. Lisa, I'll send it to you later on. It is fucking hysterical. Actually, hold on. Let me see if I can send it to you now over here. Mike, the one I sent you was the Nadine sent it to me. It was the bald guy getting his head waxed.
Yes, I watched that. That was hilarious.
Your thoughts?
Oh my God, I would never. You know what? I'm going bald as is. You see, look, see my shiny fucking head. I would never. If I wanted to go completely bald because I'm already half bald, I would never go through the fucking waxing. Fuck that. Fuck that.
He was screaming like a little girl. Yeah, Nadine, that's what I'm talking about now. He was screaming like a little girl. It was hysterical.
You've never had waxing done. It hurts.
Dude, I had my eyebrows waxed.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
That had to fucking hurt. The fucking
Dude, it was
that had to fucking hurt. That had to fucking hurt. I could never.
It
No.
was horrible.
Yeah, the bikini line is worse. I'm telling you.
I would never have that done. I will never. I don't care. I'll shave my head myself before I do that.
Lisa, talk about the bikini line. We're paying attention.
So I decided, why not? Well, it was just bad.
Nadine says she gets her eyebrows waxed all the time. Okay. Yeah.
This reminds me of the guy who did the face mask, the facial mask, and screamed like a little girl. This shit ain't no joke.
No, especially since they're like pulling back his whole head. I mean, that is impressive. Nadine says I got the bikini line done too. That hurts.
No, not doing that.
That's one I think for us they would like grab like the they'd go under the ball sack. I think
that would fucking hurt. That would definitely hurt. Nothing like a fucking prostate exam.
Have you had one yet?
No, but you know what? Now that we're on the fucking subject, and I like to be an open book. I may have to get one sooner than 50 years old. Because because of my last visit. No, I'm gonna. I don't know. I had an infection last month, and don't ask me how I had a low key infection, but apparently I had a low key infection, and I had to take fucking pills for like 10 days, 2 a day. for my prostate, to help my prostate, and he said if things don't clear up with your infection, which they did, he would have to fucking schedule a thing and and do the whole prostate exam. Ugh. So
Some question, Michael. Some question for you.
yes.
Have you been tested for the prostate cancer marker?
No, I have not yet.
Did anybody in your family have prostate cancer?
No.
Okay, because my father's father, that's what my father's father passed away from. So both my father and my uncle, they were tested, they have the marker, and they get checked all the time. So it's don't be embarrassed by it, just do it. By the way, if you do get a colonoscopy, they knock you out.
Well, it's not that I'm scared to get it done. He said that he was going to monitor it because I had a low key infection, and
How you get an infection though? That's what I'm trying to figure
yeah,
out.
well, that's what I'm trying to figure out. He said, have you been having sex? I said, I haven't been in a fucking relationship for over a year, and I haven't had sex in over a year. Yeah, I do masturbate. Yeah, I do, whatever. So, but, I do fucking pee afterwards, so I don't get a fucking infection. Now we just fucking made this rated R.
You know.
So I had a low key infection, and now I took I took all the pills already. I've been done with them for a few days now. The infection went away, so hopefully I don't get it back again. But I don't understand because this is like the fucking third time I fucking got it.
Oh.
So so what the fuck does that mean?
Be something brewing.
So is there something else going on that I don't know about? Is there something I need to get checked that I don't know about?
Right. That's what I'm saying is.
I mean, what I feel like I'm missing a whole fucking movie here, and I something's going on behind the scenes, and I don't know where to go with it.
It's very possible that there could be something on the back end going on.
Yeah. Wrong Michelle. Oopsies.
So now I'm thinking I have to probably get a prostate exam and whatever.
Yeah, I would definitely not let that go. Like I said, I have used colitis. I've had it for 30 plus years. So it's something that I shouldn't ignore anymore, but I kind of do, basically because with my diet, I've kind of controlled my issue. Also, getting rid of the main stressor in my life helped. So I don't have those bad flare-ups like I used to. Back in 2003, I think it was, I was really, really sick, on the verge of becoming septic. I lost 22 pounds in 2 weeks. I had a low-grade fever. I couldn't eat, couldn't keep anything in. And literally should have been in the hospital. But a course of antibiotics, back onto my azulfidine, which is what I was taking for my ulcerative colitis. And it took about a month and a half for me to get back to where I should have been. But I was deathly ill. And I was so stressed out, and that was why.
All right, shall we begin?
Sorry.
I've been ready. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Lisa.
All right, let me move this stuff, and we'll begin tonight's show.
Yeah. Now that we're done talking about my fucking prostate.
Uh, Life by Sonata Arctica. It said Life by Sonata Arctica.
Gotcha.
I have a couple of themes that I may want to use in the future. But,
Okay.
You keep using the same one, you tell me.
yeah. Why not? On tonight's show, Mikey's got some news. Talk about that in a little bit.
It's good news.
Really good news. He clued me in earlier, and it's really good. I'm very happy.
We'll deal with it then.
We'll talk about it then. We are going to roast 2020 in the main event.
Oh, we're going to roast 2021 already? We might as well.
Well,
we might as well do that in the process, too.
2021 beat us to the roasting because they permanently banned Donald Trump from Twitter tonight.
A little late, but
So we'll roast 2020 in the main event. Like you and I got our pigskin pig roast. We got 7 playoff games.
I'm ready.
Including the best NFL team in college football, the Alabama Crimson Tide. So we'll talk about them in a little bit. But first, as we begin each show, it is time for the weekly address. So with that, I present one of my best friends in the world. He's probably slept with your husband and your wife at some point in his life. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Michael Queef Mohler.
Are you done? Are you done exposing me now? Maybe.
The floor is yours, Queef.
Thank you. All right, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the End Zone with Endy and Mohler. Although I want to call Endy something else, but that's okay. We got to keep this clean.
Why?
But anyway,
we've done being clean.
I got a lot of things to talk. Well, I don't have a lot of things to talk about. Well, since Endy was not feeling good last week, I guess I have to go all the way back to before last weekend and talk about that. So that's where I'm going to start. I'm going to start with the New Year's Eve. Actually, I'm going to start with our member count. We are up 28 members this past week, which brings our total to about 455, I think it is. 446, I'm sorry. 446. Up 28 members this week. We're probably up, over the last 2 weeks, we're probably up about maybe 80. But, but right now we're at 446. We're pushing 500, 450 right now. We're pushing 500 though. We're getting there. Maybe another couple weeks or so. Maybe, who knows? We'll see. But anyway, I want to go back to the New Year's Eve virtual party. That's what I want to talk about. Which really went over very well. For those that attended my party virtually, it was a good night. A solid 8-9 hours, whatever it was that I was on. Games. Happy hour. We did a toast. We did resolutions. It was a total good night with the whole New Year's Eve virtual party. We had bingo going on. We had family feud going on. We had trivia going on. It was a totally good night. I was very pleased. Maybe next year, hopefully things will be different. Maybe we can get members together for New Year's next year, and and have some kind of shindig. But I was very pleased with the whole virtual thing. Things were totally different and still are, obviously. But I was very pleased with the virtual party and the outcome, and quite a few people participated. So I didn't know how it was really going to go, because a lot of people like to spend their time during the holidays with their families and stuff. But I did get quite a few people out throughout the whole night, so it was good. It was very, very good. So like I said, maybe like next year now, we don't do the virtual thing, hopefully, and maybe we get, obviously we got people from all over the place in this group, but you know, maybe we get a few people together next year somewhere, maybe in a public place or whatever, hopefully, and have have a traditional New Year's Eve party. So we'll see how that goes. See how 2021 is going to treat us. Obviously, it didn't start off well, but hopefully, that's the last of it. But last weekend, moving on. Last weekend, I did a lot of music trivia. Had a lot of people involved in that. Got kicked off of Facebook a few times, but but good stuff. But
It's really going on with the whole privacy thing.
But you know what? I am very pleased. I did music trivia over a 2-night period, and I'm very pleased to say that I was only kicked off 4 times in 4 hours. I'm very impressed, actually.
That's actually not bad. That's not bad at
I
all.
was just gonna say it wasn't bad.
I mean, considering when I go and watch Trav's Dive Bar and Joe when he does music trivia over in that group. Last weekend they had a lot of issues over there. He was really getting totally pissed off. I think they got kicked off like 7 or 8 times. So I'm very happy, for the 4 hours and 2 days that I did music trivia, that I only got kicked off like 4 times. But it was a fun 2 nights, and like I said, the virtual party was nice. It was good times. Other than that, let's see, what else do I have? Oh yeah, before I forget, it slips my mind. Family Feud. I did put a post out earlier today. Family Feud tomorrow night is canceled. Um, and you'll find out why in a minute, and you'll find out why in a few minutes. Why I made that decision. Um, so
Go ahead.
so Family Feud is canceled tomorrow. The double header that I was gonna have, but I did I did reschedule the event for tomorrow, so it's going to be. I think I scheduled it sometime in March or something. But yeah. So no Family Feud tomorrow. As I will talk about soon, I have other obligations tomorrow. So yeah. So other than that, um, I have nothing else for the weekly address. We do have next week. We do have music trivia back next week. So we're next Saturday at 7 or 8 o'clock. I forget what time I have. One of those times, but you have to go on the event and look. Yeah, 7 a.m. We're gonna have music trivia next Saturday. Just kidding. No, 7 p.m.
7 a.m., huh?
Yeah. So, but other than that, I have nothing else as far as the weekly address. I think I got you guys all up to par. If I am missing anything, I usually post everything, so you could probably find a lot of the information on the page. Other than that, I turn it back over to Mr. Endy.
All right. So, I see that. How many people do we have watching? I see
I
4 on my side.
I see 6 on my side.
All right. Well, I have like people who I don't know why mine's on a glare one for it,
Hi, Monica.
but the reason why I ask because the person in spot number 4 on my side is about to become a very important person, is to my understanding.
Number 4. What?
On my side, I don't know
On,
what's my he or she is on the top of your screen. It says live. It says like it has an eyeball with people watching, and then it shows like
yeah, I have like 6. I have 6, and yeah,
okay, okay.
yeah, yes, I'm good. I see 6. Yes. All right. So where are we going now? What do you want to talk about?
Do you want to get into the reason why Family Feud is off? Because I saw.
All right. So.
Dude, and it has nothing to do with the herpes on his eardrum.
All right. So we will. All right. Yeah.
Oh, that's a long one. Okay.
Are you done now?
I didn't think that drum roll was ever going to end.
Oh my God.
Go ahead.
All right. So I guess I will start with All right. It's been like I took myself I took myself out of the dating scene for over a year to do a lot of do a lot of reflection on myself. You know, after Angel and I broke up, you know, I you know took t- I you know I sidelined myself, you know, and you know reflected on you know that relationship, and to reflect on myself, and you know give myself time to you know heal and you know to figure out things about myself, get myself back together again. So I took a year. Actually, it was a little. Actually, it's been over a little bit over a year. But I, you know, it's been 2020. I spent, you know, just on the sidelines, just doing me. Well now,
That's why you have a
um,
prostate issue.
so I spent 2020 doing me, and yes, you can make the jokes now. Um, now we are in 2021. Um, and I decided to get back on the hobby horse. Um, so when I say I'm getting back on the hobby horse, you know, I'm actually getting back into the dating scene. Um,
I was just gonna say, you're putting yourself back out there.
I put myself back on the market after a little bit over a year. I think you know the time is right now. I had a lot of time to to reflect, you know, on past relationship, reflect on myself, things that you know, to maybe improve on moving forward. So now I am putting myself back out on the market, and with that said, I had been talking to somebody over the last few days. Things are going very well as far as conversation. We're learning different things about each other. So things are going well as far as the communication and the online communication with each other. So I'm very pleased with that. So with that said, which brings me to why Family Feud is canceled tomorrow is because I am meeting this individual tomorrow night. This is actually going to be my first date in well over a year. Um, you know, um, we all been in different relationships. We all have butterflies and everything else. You know, I feel I'm a little rusty. With me taking myself out, out of the game for a while. I'm not gonna lie. I am nervous. I do have the butterflies. Even though I know things are going good as far as conversation. But when you get to the point to when you're meeting up, things are a little bit different. But I know everything's going to be fine. I know tomorrow. I feel very good about tomorrow. And I think things are going to go well. This individual I'm not going to expose right now, but I will say one thing, that this individual is in this group though. This individual is in this group. Um, with that said you'll have to stay tuned next week. I will give an update next week on how the date went. We are going to an Irish pub tomorrow. Um, it's one of her places that she picked out. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm always looking for good beer, good food, whatever. So I'm excited, but at the same time I'm nervous, but that's to be expected. It's not my first rodeo. It's not my first date. It's just when you leave one relationship, some people have a habit of just like shoving themselves right back on the silver platter and giving themselves to somebody else. Well, I did not do that. I gave time for healing. I gave time for myself. I gave time for reflection. And now I think it's time just to put myself out there. It's 2021. It's a new year, new me, and it's time to find my soulmate again. So with that said, that is the reason why Family Feud is canceled tomorrow, because of my first date as getting back into the dating scene. So wish me luck. Like I said, I will give up an update on next week's show on how it went. But in time, maybe, depending on how things go, I will expose this person. But for right now, the only thing I am going to tell you, she is in this group. But wish me luck, and I will update you next week. So that's where we stand with that.
Now, when Mueller told me who it was, and he gave me a couple hints, does she know this part of the story?
About what story? As far as
What you told me, like with the hint and everything?
Yeah, because she's the one. She's the one that said that you were probably going to say that, but I figure I just give you the hint.
So So I figured out who it was because I'm trying to figure it out, and I'm like, okay. So I started looking up a list of everyone who's part of this. So that is like, well, this person is on your friends list too. Like, and he says, your clue is leather pants. I'm like, oh, I know who you're talking about because I commented on her thing, said she has an amazing ass and nose. Now this is someone I've known for a really long time too, and I think you two are gonna have a really good time. You will. So definitely, relax, be yourself. I told her the same thing. Just, and she's watching us tonight too. So, just relax, be yourself, and
Oh yeah, I mean, it's not like I said, it's not my first rodeo. You're always going to have the butterflies, whether you're going in for surgery or whether you're going into a date or whatever the case may be. You're always going to have some kind of butterflies for some type of reason. And like I said, I've been talking to her for a few days now, and everything. We have touched base on a lot of different topics. And things are, I really feel good. It's too early to tell what's going to happen, but anybody can make a prediction. I don't want to make no predictions, but all I can say is I do feel very good. I think it's possibility that I will bring this person up down the road. But like I said, I don't want to make any predictions. I don't want to jump the gun. But all I'm saying, and I feel pretty good about this, and just have to see what happens.
all right. So we wish you luck on that. Definitely,
I I will give you guys an update on the date next week on the show next week. I'll let you know all the gory details and everything else. I'm just kidding.
all right. So which track of Porno Sonic should I have set up?
You have
Are we gonna need to dedicate the entire second hour to this?
you have I don't know. You know what? And anything is possible. You don't know what is going to happen on the first date. I've heard a lot of different things. I've been in a lot of different first date situations. You know, without really getting graphic. I've been in a lot of different situations as far as first dates. So we'll leave it like that. I mean, it all comes down to attraction, how you communicate with each other. I always say if the attraction's there, the options are endless. I'm people have had sex on the first date. Don't judge me. I'm one of those people that had sex on the first date. But you know what? I did not consider that a bad thing. And with that particular relationship, it went well. So it was, so by doing that on the first date did not end things with us. We continued to get to know each other. Obviously go through the whole protocol thing as getting to know each other, going out on dates, and whatnot. So you know it's just a perfect example, you know. It's just an example. It's probably not the right thing to do, but it's just an example that, you know, just because you had sex on the first day doesn't mean, you know, it's gonna, you know, judge you throughout the whole relationship, because that relationship for me personally went very well for a good couple years. But you know, I am going to be pushing 49 this year. Still, you know, I've been with,
50 this year.
huh?
I thought you were 50 this year.
No, next year I'll be 50. Please don't push me to 50 yet. So 49 this year. Um, but next year 50. Maybe a big 50th birthday party. Mr. Endy is going to throw for me. Who knows? But no. But with that said, it's just it's good news for me. Cause I've been out of the dating scene for a while. It just, you know, just to take time for myself, you know, reflect, you know, whatever, pull myself together and get things together, you know, because you always want to go, you know, when you go, you know, people make the mistake, and there's a lot of people out there that have done it, you know, is, you know, you leave one relationship and you go right into another. Um, that's never been me. I call those relationship rebound relationships, because those people are just looking, you know, just to be with somebody. You know, you know, I did it the right way. I think is you know, when I left Angel, well, when Angel and I broke up, and you know, and we are still good friends to this day. Another person that is in this group, we are good friends still. There is no bad remorse, you know, between us, because we broke up. There's nothing bad that I can say about her, because you know, she was a person that, you know, would do anything for anybody. She had a good heart. You know, she was a total good person. There's a lot of people out there that have a good heart and are good people, and when you bring two people like me and her together, you know, it's not automatic that it's gonna, you know, last forever. As Mr. Endy, you know, really, you know, I'm going to throw you under the bus, Endy, as you thought that it was going to be.
I I openly admit that I thought Angel was the one. I've said that on the show here a few times.
And you,
No, hold on a minute. Eh? Okay, sorry. Your audio dropped. What were you saying, Lisa?
I said I thought the same.
so I mean, as far as Angel, as far as Angel goes, I mean, we're still good friends, and when we broke up, you know, at the end of, I think it was like October of 2019. I did not open up to anybody. I didn't open up to Mike as far as us not being together. It took me a long time to open up to tell anybody that Angel and I broke, because, you know, personally, I had that I had the same thought you did, Lisa. I had the same thought you did, Mike. I really thought this was it. That this was the end of the line. And you know, I don't know if that's the right thing or the wrong thing to think. But you know what? You know, when you feel good about something, you know, I don't think there's anything wrong about saying stuff like that. And that's why I said now that I'm back in the dating scene, and even though I do feel good about this certain individual that I'm going out on my first date after being back on the market. But I don't want to make any predictions. I don't, I just want to, take day by day, um, get to know this person better, as I've been doing over the last few days. But I think I did it right this time, rather than leave one relationship and just like fuck, I need to find somebody because I'm lonely. That wasn't me. I said fine, okay, well, this relationship didn't work out with Angel, and which is fine. So rather than me just like jump into another relationship, I took time for myself to reflect on that relationship with her, to reflect on myself, um, and give myself time to heal, and just to you know make myself a better person for the next person I get involved with. So I think I did it the right way.
Roid Rage Rick, welcome to the show, buddy.
So I mean,
Roid Rage Rick is the reason why Mike and Angel broke up. Mike just liked that pipe so much. He wanted to explore that route.
Oh, Jesus, really?
What's going on, buddy? Nah, I'm just kidding. Now, I made the comment earlier this year, Lisa, you might have been here for that I think this is the first year in quite a few that the three of us haven't been together for New Year's.
Yeah.
oh yeah. So in past years we have been together, and you know what? Hopefully next year we will be, and maybe with a few other people. Who knows?
Oh,
We just have
definitely.
to. I believe you know we are going to go back to normal in 2021. Not right now, obviously, but I think at some point, maybe by the summertime, I would think we are going to go back. You know, full blown, as far as maybe going to sporting events, concerts. I mean, all these musicians have their concerts scheduled for like summer, so they're anticipating, obviously, that they're going to be playing in front of an audience, which I hope they are. It's nice to go to a concert. It's nice to go to a sporting event. It's nice to go to a festival. It would be nice just to get back to doing those things and being able, to watch your favorite team live, watch your favorite performer live, go to your favorite festival or fair. Like Allentown Fair is like one of my fairs I like to go to every year. Bloomsburg Fair is very nice to go to, which I haven't been there in many years. But our company actually, last year we delivered there. We delivered like oranges like on a daily basis there. Last year for their fair, like cases. I mean, cases of oranges. I said, what the fuck? and they were making like orange juice and whatever. So last year I did get to go to the Bloomsburg Fair, not as not as a customer, but as but I went there as a driver and a delivery person. So, but that's another fair I like to go to. So and so hopefully we can all get back to our normal lives and be able to do all those things this year.
Hang out, listen to sappy music together.
Absolutely. And I feel bad because I'm talking so much tonight that I feel like I'm wasting a lot of your show's time tonight.
No, actually, this is the most you've spoken in the last like 3 shows put together.
Well, you know what? Because you've been on the COVID list, and I had to talk about my good news, and I had to talk about my weekly address, and go back about a week and a half on that. So I do have a lot to talk about this week. So I probably will be interrupting everybody on here tonight.
That's nothing new.
I know, right? And I'll be stepping over the residential stalker.
The residential stalker. That's so wrong. Whoops.
Well, who gave her that nickname?
I did.
Okay,
I did.
all right. So that we're clear on that. But I'm going to send it back to you, and I'm done for right now until you ask me about my predictions for the pigskin. Unless you want to jump into that now, since I'm still already talking, I could give my predictions now.
Yeah, so let's get into the pigskin pig roast. And I don't have any like theme music for that or anything. So
Yeah, you guys go for it. I'm gonna go grab a snack.
when Lisa gets up,
Gets up from what?
she just farted on the way out.
Was that a fart?
Damn, Lisa. So yeah, we got 7 football games this weekend, bud. So far,
All right.
none canceled for whatever reason.
Some of them are canceled, you said?
No,
Or
no,
just,
no, no.
Oh, I was gonna say. I said you told me to do my homework. I said, shit, did I miss something?
No, none of them are canceled. Although the Sixers are stuck in New York.
Yes, I know that. And also, a good baseball coach has died today.
Tommy Lasorda.
Tommy Lasorda, 93. Great coach. Great coach.
He definitely he's a huge figure in our generation.
Yes, growing up, and watching baseball. I always liked him as a coach. He did fabulous for the Dodgers. Great coach though. And it's a sad day in baseball that he's no longer here, and he's going to be well missed.
He was I guess the thing with him and the Fanatic, my understanding is that it was like a running gag and possibly scripted.
I believe that.
But those are some of like the greatest memories of the Dodgers Phillies.
But yeah, anytime I ever watched him, whether they played the Phillies or any other team, he's a well class guy, and he knew his shit.
My friend Maddie says, "Good luck with your date." By the way, she's
Thank you.
she's my mom's neighbor. I guess they're having a small watch party down there.
Oh, they're having a small watch party with watching us
Yep.
clowns, us clowns, watching us clowns on a Friday night.
Sure, why not? Not like drink, go to the bar, do a million other things.
Fuck, I can do that right here. My refrigerator is full of beer, so I'm ready.
Nice. Let's talk Ohio State, Alabama. Let's start with that one. The college football national championship game Monday night. That I believe is being played in Miami at Hard Rock Stadium. Alabama is an 8-point favorite. Alabama's probably like the best professional college team out there. I think they're like number 2 on the NFL's power list. That is Monday night, 8:00 on ESPN.
That's my answer. Did you get that memo?
Yes, I saw.
All right. Well, my prediction on that. I've seen Ohio State play this year. I've seen Alabama play this year a few times. Um, and it's really going to be a close game. I really think it's definitely not going to be a blowout. Um, and my prediction on that is I have to go with Alabama.
Alabama is going to destroy them. And here's why I say that. Ohio State has been suspect at times this year. They let Indiana hang with them. They let Penn State hang with them. These are teams that they should have beat on a regular basis. They would beat them handily based on how tight their offense is. You know, they can put up a lot of points. The big problem with Ohio State is their defense. Their defense at the same time, it gives up a lot of points. Alabama has scored at least 35 points every game this year. Matter of fact, I think that even goes back to last year as well, too. I, honestly, I think it's going to be over by halftime. I have Alabama by 30.
I guess we're going to actually see. I don't know. I don't see that happening.
But it's going to be high scoring, too. It's not going to be like a 30-0 thing. It's going to be like, because Alabama's defense has been suspect as well, too. They did give up 36 to Florida. I think it's going to be something like, I don't know, probably like 62-30 in that area.
Wow.
Alabama should run right over them, but, you know, Ohio State can score, but they've given up a shit ton of points, too.
I think for being a national game, and I'm going to stick with my guns, and we all have our predictions, and the audience has their predictions. The ones that are college football fans, I'm going to say it's going to be close. Granted, yeah, Alabama is a strong team. Ohio State has had their problems this year. I'm going to say it's going to be close. I don't think it's going to be I don't think you're giving a high score to Alabama, but I'm gonna say that it's going to be I'm going to say like 35-21 Alabama.
Wow. You're going low.
Yeah. And if I would have to put money on it, I mean, maybe I would win, maybe I would lose, but I'm gonna like kind of be like in the middle and just say 35-21 Alabama. I don't think Alabama is going to score 62 points, or anything up in that range. I think it's going to go back and forth. And I mean, we all have our predictions. We all have our ways or opinions. So but I'm sticking with 35-21, and we'll I guess at the end of Monday night's game we'll know what the score is, and we'll see who's close.
Got some NFL games to go over if my thingy here would start fucking cooperating. Let's start with, come on.
This is why I wrote my shit down.
Here we go. Let's start. Tomorrow we've got 3 games beginning at 1:05 p.m. We've got Colts Bills.
It's a wild card games, right?
Wild card weekend, yes. Triple headers both days. Kicks off with the Bills Colts tomorrow at 1:05 on CBS. Called by Ian Eagle and Charles Davis. Gesundheit. Buffalo is a 6.5-point favorite.
I was just gonna say I'll go Buffalo, but I don't know. Don't go with me with point spreads and shit like that because I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yes, Buffalo is a 6.5-point favorite. I actually I am actually going with Buffalo. As far as the score goes, um, wow. I'm going to say this is kind of like tough to say. I'm gonna go. I'm also gonna go actually low on this too, and say that it's going to be like 28 28-21 Buffalo.
I'm going to go 21-17 Buffalo. If I was betting in Vegas, I'd take the Colts with the points. But straight up, I'd go Buffalo.
But yeah, I believe Buffalo is going to come ahead. No matter what the score is going to be, Buffalo I think is going to win, come on top.
Lisa, do you want to pick with us, or are you observing?
No, I said I'd go with Buffalo, but I don't ask me for points and stuff.
No, we're just asking you a prediction. We don't care if you know about point spread.
There's going to be fans in Buffalo, but they have to take COVID tests and pass in order to get into the stadium.
On site, you mean? Right? They're going to do the COVID. Yeah.
Partly sunny, 36 degrees, according to the little AccuWeather thingy.
Well, that's going to be Buffalo's weather. So, because the Colts still play inside, right? They play in the dome yet?
Lucas Oil Stadium. Yeah, it depends on how the weather is because they can open up the roof and whatnot.
Yeah, well, it's cold. It's in Buffalo. It could be fucking like snowing there this weekend, but obviously you just gave the weather report, so it's definitely not going to snow. But Buffalo is known for getting a lot of snow. I've seen their field after a snowstorm and then plowing it off and for a football game. So but they don't have to deal with that this week.
4:40 is our next game, 4:40 p.m. on Fox, called by Joe Buck and Troy Aikman, so I'll probably find something else to do at that time. Rams Seahawks
but whatever.
Rams Seahawks up in Seattle.
Ooh.
Seattle is a 3-point favorite.
I'm surprised that the spread is not higher than that because, but with that said, it is in Seattle, and with me being a 49ers fan and Seattle being in our division, unfortunately, and the Rams are in our division also. Yes, you didn't let me finish. Thank you, sir. Seattle and the Rams are both in our division. It's kind of hard. It's kind of like it's kind of hard to even have to be, try to even be forced to pick a team, especially when they're in our division. But I'm going to go with Seattle. They're at home. They're tough at home. So I think it's going to be Seattle.
I was thinking the same.
I'm thinking Seattle.
Yeah, they're tough at home. I don't see. I mean, the Rams are looking good this year. But I don't see them beating Seattle on their home turf.
No, and honestly, Seattle's defense has really stepped it up. I would be surprised if this game was close. I think Seattle's going to run away with it.
This game could go any which way you want to say. It could be close. It could be a runaway. But Seattle is looking good. Their defense is looking good. It could be a runaway. But I guess time will tell.
8:15 on NBC, called by Mike Tirico and Tony Dungy tomorrow night. Buccaneers at Washington.
Oh.
The Bucs are an 8-point favorite. Mr. Mueller. 11-5 Bucs against the 7-9 Skins.
Well, you know what? I don't like Tom Brady. I don't like Tom Brady, but unfortunately, it's I just seeing him in so many Super Bowls with New England year after year, or even just in the playoffs in general, Super Bowl playoffs, whatever you want to call whatever. Just getting tired of seeing him year after year. No matter, and you know what? This is actually the first team that he's been different with and made the playoffs. Unfortunately, as much as I hate Tom Brady and hate to see him move on into the next round, I am going to have to go with the Buccaneers over Washington. And I believe it's going to be a runaway.
Score?
I'm gonna say it's going to be like 42. I'm going to say it's going to be like 42-14.
Stefan.
Thank him. Yeah, just because I don't like Brady. I know there's no rhyme or reason to it.
You broke up there.
I was saying I will go with Washington because I don't like Brady either.
There are
I
a lot.
know there's no rhyme or reason to it, just because.
A lot of people are saying this is a trap game for the Bucs.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm going Redskins on this one, and I think it's going to be like a 20-17 game. There are times this year where Brady has looked very human. Gronk has looked very human. They haven't been in as in sync as previous years.
well, since you and Lisa went Washington, now granted, Washington, does not have a winning record. They did win the division.
They beat They beat Baltimore.
They beat they beat Baltimore. I mean, they have things they have things going for themselves. But as much as it sickens my stomach to even go with the Buccaneers. To see him in another playoff game after this one. I truly not changing my mind. I mean, obviously, you and Lisa are going. Think Washington is going to win. They are looking good. Even their record might not show it, but I have seen them play this year, and they do look they do look decent. But and like you said, Brady has looked human this year. Grant has looked human this year. But I still think the Buccaneers are going to take it to Washington. And like I said, and like any of these other games, I said time's going to tell, and the score is going to show. But it sickens me to just say the Buccaneers are going to win this one. But that's my choice.
Let's move on to Sunday's games. Starting at 105, ABC, called by the Monday Night Football crew, Steve Levy and whoever else is doing it these days, depending on whatever rotating panel shows up this week. Ravens-Titans. The game is in Tennessee. The Ravens are a 3-point The Ravens are a 3-point favorite. I will start with Stefan. Who do you like?
Not sure. That's a tough one. That's going to be a tough call. Just for shits and giggles, I'll go Titans. Based on past games and whatnot. I don't watch a lot of football. Only when I'm over at your place.
You know what? The Ravens are 6-2 away, but the Titans are 5-3 at home. Mr. Mueller.
Well,
why this game is not in a prime time slot is beyond me, but we'll talk about that in a little bit.
Well, Lisa went with the Titans, and Lisa is right. It is going to be a close game. It is a tough one to call.
This is a late fight.
The point spread is close. But I'm going to stick to my guns. My prediction is that the Ravens are going to win. I do believe it's going to be close. I'm going to say it's going to be like 20-17, Ravens.
It's going to be a close game. Mike Vrabel has done great with Ryan Tannehill. I mean, he's done an amazing job just turning the Titans around. They've looked really good the last couple of years. They've honestly been a surprise team thanks to Derrick Henry. 2,027 yards rushing this year. He was the first person to hit the 2,000-yard mark consecutively since then. I got to go back and look back, but it's been a while since it's been done. You know what? Who do you pick in this one? This is a heavyweight fight. This is a marquee game. This is a game that you would think AFC Championship. I mean, I think the Titans are ultimately going to win, but it's going to be an instant classic. It is going to be. Mike Vrabel has brought Smash Mouth football back to Tennessee. John Harbaugh is still. He started with Smash Mouth football, but he's starting to get a little bit onto the triple option with Mr. Jackson there. It's just it's going to be whoever runs for more, either Jackson or Henry, their team is going to win. But I'm going to take Titans. I think it's going to be like at 10-7. Because both of them, not only do they got smash mouth offenses, they got smash mouth defenses too. This game is going to be a treat.
That surprises me with that score. Hey, I mean, it's going to be close, but I think the score is going to be higher than that. But hey, I guess like any of these other games, we're going to find out.
Remains to be seen.
Yep. 4:40 p.m. on CBS. Jim Nantz and Tony Romo are calling an NFC game. Yeah, tell me what's wrong with that.
Yeah, right.
Bears Saints in Louisiana. Saints are a 10-point favorite.
They're playing at home. Come on.
The Saints are going to destroy them. Drew Brees is still Drew Brees. You know what? This is going to be like 42-10 Saints.
It's going to be, Brees recovering from his last injury.
Yeah.
Alright.
He's looked pretty good, but they've been rotating him and I forget what the fuck his name is. Taysom Hill, I think his name is. He's been running, doing like backup and whatever. Looks really good too. But yeah, Saints are gonna destroy them. Honestly, Bears shouldn't even be in the postseason, but whatever. Anyway.
And like Washington should.
Straight Saints.
She's going straight Saints. Score? Get that big hunk of meat out of your mouth.
What's that?
Nothing.
I'm eating cheese and crackers while I just finished this, but I thought I was getting a snack. I'm hungry.
You got something in your fucking mouth.
No. I have no clue score-wise. I told you that earlier. Don't ask me for scores. I'll pick teams.
I don't know if it's fucking I don't know if it's crackers or not, but you got something in your mouth.
She's got some run down her chin now.
I don't know. You're looking at her, not me.
Shut it. Both of you. I'll kick both your asses next time I see you.
Well, that could be a while. Take a number. Take a number.
Pick a number. Oh.
Close out the weekend, and Jamie's commenting on everything, so he can jump in on this one. What's
Well,
up,
you didn't ask me my opinion on the Saints and Bears.
I thought you. Oh, who do you want?
No, he didn't.
I thought.
Go for it, Mohler.
Who do you got?
I got the Saints 35-7.
Oh, okay. So nice. Okay, very good.
I felt like the pride there. You didn't ask me who I wanted. So, but now on to the next game. I'm good now. Let's go.
Well, you were really focused on like
What? Lisa's full mouth of shit in her mouth, or
and there's a certain form of puffiness with the cheeks.
I don't know. I'm just getting a vision of this, so I'm just going to think whatever. My mind's running wild right now of that vision.
What you gonna do, brother? What you gonna do, brother?
Thinking of puffy cheeks and what's in her mouth and her and shit running down her cheek. Yeah, I got the complete vision of it.
See, here's the problem. We're not in a messenger room. This is like an actual like room thing. I told him a million times that this type of room you can only have 2 people in.
Right. Which is why I'm on your messenger.
Yeah, he said OMFG.
How many times do we have to tell you this? Yeah, I know you mean well, Jamie. You mean well. You are still part of the clan. You're still part of the circle. Don't worry about it. We love you. But you can't be part of this because of the way they have it set up.
Yeah, that's actually it's strictly a Facebook thing the way it's set up. But now back to Lisa's cheeks.
You shut up.
Oh shit!
You're really pushing it.
Triple threat, Jamie says.
That appears like with this type of music too. By the way, the name of that song is called Laying Pipe. Mohler just spit out his beer.
That fucking hurt.
My good friend
there's nothing good that comes out of fucking beer coming out your fucking snot.
Ew.
Huh?
If when you fucking when you get that burning fucking sensation when you fucking spit out your beer and you get the burning sensation in your fucking nose and it fucking hurts.
Oh, yes. Andy can tell you about that one.
It is.
And the orange soda on a particular Saturday morning at work.
It is. Awesome.
Fucking Jamie, asshole.
I forget.
I think I'm gonna fucking sneeze fucking beer.
I'll wait.
I'm dying over here now.
Yeah, talking aloud, we'll just leave you sit there,
Thank you.
How would we explain that while we're like talking to a dead carcass on
Hey, would that be like Bernie's that weekend? You know, they wheeled him around all over the place. You know, for the whole fucking weekend, and he was fucking dead. And they fucking used him as like a fucking blowout doll. Here, let me stand you up and let me sit you up, make you look real.
Oh my god.
So he's over. Mohler's over there dying. We're here talking, watching to him. You know, when are we gonna call the cops? I don't know.
You know, wait. I would like to make it. I would like to make it to tomorrow night.
He wants to.
I would like to make it to tomorrow night.
I'm gonna send her a message off. I'm gonna message her and ask her if she's gonna wear her leather pants. And that'll determine if he is worthy of making it to. Huh? Dude, she's gonna unfriend me. I'm surprised she hasn't unfriended me yet.
Yeah, well, she wasn't too keen about when we were talking about you were trying to expose us on Facebook on the live tonight.
She wasn't. What? She didn't. She was upset about that.
No, I didn't say upset. I said no. She said she didn't want to be on. She would want to be no part about.
She told me that.
She didn't want to be exposed tonight.
Oh god.
It would be too embarrassing.
I don't know why she would be embarrassed. I mean, I don't know. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I get that, but I mean, she's an attractive girl, dude. She's an attractive woman. I mean, you know, I'm not going to get into too much of what I do know, but it's, you know, she'll be happy. She'll definitely, you know, be happy with you. I think so. You two will be really, really good together. Jamie's talking about wrestling down there in the bottom.
I was just gonna say.
He's looking for this.
He's looking for he's looking for love in the wrong places. Is that the song?
Using wits. Let me show you.
Huh?
He wants us to talk about the Steelers, which we haven't talked about the Steelers yet.
There you go.
He's talking about this, the last of the hybrids. How we used to dance at the end going in like we owned the... I started walking into work doing that. They looked at me like I was on fucking drugs.
I would too.
You're the one snorting beer, dude, to get high. I mean,
It's not my fault when I fucking drinking it and you come up with some fucking comment and I can't fucking finish.
he sounds like the old pro wrestler Gene Snitsky. It's not my fault. They need to fuck off, Mike.
I know I'm number one in a lot of people's book. Thank you.
Browns Steelers Sunday night at 8:15 on NBC. Called by I think Al Michaels and Chris Collinsworth and Michelle Tafoya are calling the game.
Al Michaels. Oh yeah, Al Michaels. I'm thinking, where do I know that name from? Oh yeah.
Who do you folks like? And by the way, the Steelers are a 6-point favorite at home.
Drink not, snot it. Well, that's what I practically just fucking did almost.
Again?
No. Oh, that little episode I had that you didn't see.
Well, I haven't seen any of it, but whatever.
No, because I can't see you, but when Mike describes like what you're doing over there, like puffy cheeks and stuff like that, I just use my own imagination.
Oh, dude, here, let me point this at you. She's wearing a really low-cut shirt, too. I mean...
You're not. Oh, my God. I told you, what the fuck up, will you?
Jamie says Steelers. Mueller, since I passed you over the last time.
I have to go with
Who do you go? I come over up mid-sentence, just be a dick.
I know, I just did too. I'm sorry, Mike.
We're number one. We're number one.
You're right.
Who you got, dude?
I'm going with the Pennsylvania team. I'm going with the Steelers. And I think I would have to. I think I would fucking. I would hear it if I don't.
Got a score?
I do have a score. That
What?
it's gonna be. I'm gonna say it's gonna be. This is another. I think this is gonna be another barn burner. I think the Steelers are gonna win 28-14.
There you go.
Lisa?
And I had to pick the Steelers.
Steelers all the way, doofus.
Got a score?
No.
Wow, okay.
You know I don't do scores.
A lot of shit. You
I
don't,
just pick random numbers.
69. 69. I pick a number. 69.
there's a
No,
lot of
it's not.
there's a lot of shit she doesn't do unless the price is right.
That's fighting word, but
I will take. You know what? I'm gonna take Cleveland.
What?
I'm taking the Browns
What? What are you fucking smoking?
because the Steelers' defense has. They started off really strong, like they started off undefeated, but who did they really beat when they started off 11-0? Beat the Bengals. Who hasn't? They beat the entire NFC East again, except for Washington. Again, who hasn't?
Out of all teams they could have fucking lost to. Out of all teams they could have lost their perfect record to, it had to be Washington.
right. That's right. I remember that.
Their defense is. They were exposed. the Redskins laid a blueprint, if anything. They laid the blueprint of how to beat the Steelers. And, they finished the stretch 1-4.
I mean, no, don't grant me. The Steelers did start out strong. Even though I am going with the Steelers here, they do worry me because you start off so strong, and like you said, they didn't really beat anybody. Now whether that reflects their record or whatever you want to say about it, but they did go 11-0. But then Washington beats them. Then another team beats. I don't know. They go on what, a 4-game losing streak.
They went on a 3-game losing streak.
3-game losing streak. Okay.
They 11-0. But listen, Washington beat the Steelers 23-17. And honestly, they shouldn't have beat the Ravens, but they did. The Bills destroyed them. The Bengals destroyed them. They barely beat the Colts. And the Browns beat them. Yeah, Jamie. No, hold on, Jamie. Jamie, they won the division, but listen, who did they beat? They beat the Giants, losing record. They beat the Broncos, losing record. They beat the Texans, losing record. They beat the Eagles, losing record. I mean,
They beat the losers.
and all the games against winning teams, they were all within a field goal, except the first game against the Browns, where they smoked them 38-7. Because the Browns weren't prepared for that one. Last week they didn't play their starters. Bullshit, they didn't, dude. They had to play their starters. Yeah, Mason. Yeah, they played some of the second string, but you know what? Look at the injury report. Jesus Christ, man. I'm fucking looking at the stats right here.
Oh, you fucking kill me. Good thing I don't have no more fucking beer over here.
Now, guys, I'm not discussing it anymore. So
I do. I think we are all. Well, you're not in agreement. You want Cleveland to win, and that's fine. But I think all these games are going to be close. I mean, all these games are going to be good in some way. But it's going to be a very interesting playoff week.
ooh, Roethlisberger didn't play. Yeah, no shit.
Oh, is he still talking?
Anymore anyway.
You guys argue. I need a fucking beer.
Everyone is getting on Cleveland. They were 11-5, but you know what? Their points for were 408, and their points against was 419. So they gave up more points than they scored, but still had a winning record. That was because of that one game. That one game against Pittsburgh at the beginning of the year. But, and you know what? I'll take it on the chin if Pittsburgh wins. I mean, I'm surprised Bell isn't up here yelling at me because I didn't pick the Steelers yet. So.
Hey, give her time.
I think all in all, top. Listen, I just feel top to bottom, all in all, the Browns are a better football team.
You're entitled to your opinion.
And I've always thought this was the Browns. No, I lost Lisa. No, my my gallery my other thing just shut down, like mid sentence. Shit, that's up the rest of the night.
What? Now she left?
No, my thing it restarted.
Oh.
because I was running updates on it and stuff earlier today.
Damn, I just fucking burned my nose again.
Dude, you shit through it.
I gotta wait till people fucking stop talking before I fucking drink a beer.
It's my throat.
We have lost sound.
Oh, what about now?
Oh no, you're good. No. I got you now. Yeah. I got you.
All right.
But for a minute there, I just seen flapping lips.
Oh, okay. Hold on. I'm trying to get Lisa back.
Yo, pick up. Damn you, will you fucking pick up? Oh, shit. Where's my fucking Doritos when I need them?
Let me, it's a chirp. Yep. Damn it, it restarted again. Hold on.
We are having technical difficulties.
Yeah. All right. Well, you know what? Since we're having difficulty, well, I'm having difficulties and stuff, I guess let's end it here for tonight.
Okay.
Unless you have anything else you want to get into. We wanted to get into 2020, but we could do that another night. We could do that on a random Tuesday or something if we feel like it. Or
Oh yeah, we can exploit that, any day.
What I'll do is I'll open up a thing on the end zone button thing.
The chat room?
Yeah. If you go on the Mike's Cheers for Beers, go on the end zone page.
Yeah.
We'll put in a thing, why are you glad to see what was the thing that you want to kill in 2020?
I like it. Yeah, I like that.
So we'll do that. We'll do a pregame later this week in Travs again.
Yeah.
We'll pop in, you and I. For those of you who don't know, for those of you who are watching, if you're also do the like thing on Honest Travs Virtual Dive Bar, Mohler and I did a pregame in there from 5 to 6 tonight. So definitely feel free to join us, or from 6 to 7, I'm sorry. So we'll probably we'll do a short pregame next week before we get started. Get everyone a little amped up and ready to go. And good luck with your date tomorrow. I'm pretty sure she's still in here, so I'm pretty sure she's going to yell at me, but it's all good. It's all good.
I will give you an update tomorrow. Not tomorrow. I will give you guys an update next week how it went, and we'll see. And I feel good. You gotta take baby steps. You gotta see, one day at a time.
But all right, guys. Listen, y'all have a good evening. Have a good weekend, and welcome to 2021.
Well, all right. Good night.